Listen. Do you hear that? That is the sound of success. That is the sound of a 5,000 square foot dream house in the best neighborhood in the city. For 40 years, I worked myself into the ground to buy this silence. But today, sitting here, this house feels less like a trophy and more like a museum of my mistakes. If you have followed my story, you know that Martha and I fixed our marriage 10 years ago. We are happier now than we have ever been. But we are happy despite this house, not because of it. We are two people in love, living in a space designed for strangers. It has 6 bedrooms. We use 1. The other 5 are just gathering dust and heating bills. It has a dining room that can seat 12 people. We eat our dinner on trays in the kitchen because the dining room feels too cold, too formal. Young men look at this house when they drive by and they think, I want that life. They don't know the truth. This isn't a home. It's a liability with a 3-car garage. And today, I want to tell you why upgrading your life might be the quickest way to complicate it. They tell you that more space is the ultimate luxury. But they don't tell you what space actually does to a relationship. When Martha and I were first married, we lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was cramped. It was noisy. If I was watching TV and she was cooking, we were in the same room. We bumped elbows in the hallway. We could hear each other breathe. We were entangled. Then I became the regional director. We bought the starter house, then the upgrade house, and finally, this place, the forever home. And a strange thing happened. We stopped bumping elbows. I had my man cave in the basement. She had her reading room in the East Wing. We didn't have to share space anymore. Now that we have fixed our marriage, we realized how much time we wasted being apart in the same building. I realized that I don't want a West Wing. I want my wife. I realized that luxury isn't having a room for every activity. Luxury is sitting in a room small enough that you can hear the person you love laughing without them having to shout. This house fights against our intimacy. It tries to push us apart with square footage. And I'm tired of fighting it. I wasn't just addicted to the house. I was addicted to the acquisition. I fell into the trap that captures almost every ambitious man in the West. I call it the arrival fallacy. It's the belief that happiness is a destination. I'll be happy when I get the BMW. And I got the BMW. The happiness lasted exactly 3 weeks. Then it just became the car I drove to work. And I started worrying about parking dings. I'll be happy when I get the Rolex. I bought the Submariner. It felt heavy and important on my wrist for a month. Then it just became a watch that told the same time as my phone. I'll be happy when I get the boat. Ah, the boat. The 2 happiest days of a boat owner's life are the day he buys it and the day he sells it. That is a cliche because it is true. I spent my life on a treadmill of desire. I would run and run to buy the next thing. I would get the dopamine hit of the purchase. And then, almost immediately, the emptiness would return. So I would pick a new target, a bigger TV, a better suit. I was trying to fill a hole in my soul with consumer goods. And let me tell you, the hole is bottomless. You cannot fill a spiritual void with physical matter. Here is the secret about luxury that nobody puts in the commercials. Everything you own owns you. When you have little, you are free. You throw a bag in the car and go. When you have stuff, you become a manager of things. This house requires a landscaper, a pool guy, a housekeeper, and a handyman. My weekends weren't spent relaxing with Martha. They were spent managing the assets. The roof is leaking. The pool pump is broken. The Mercedes needs a service B. I became a slave to my own success.
I worked 80 hours a week at the office to pay for the things that I then had to spend my weekends maintaining.
I was running on a hamster wheel, powering a life that I didn't even enjoy. I see young men today obsessing over passive income so they can buy Lamborghinis.
I want to shake them. The only true luxury is freedom. And every physical object you buy is a tiny weight attached to your ankle, restricting that freedom.
I am moving out next week. We are downsizing. So yesterday, I went into the garage to sort through 40 years of treasure. It was heartbreaking. I found the expensive golf clubs I bought in 2005 because I was going to get serious about my game. I played 3 times. I found the bread maker Martha bought because she was going to bake fresh bread every morning. It was still in the box. I found the ski equipment, the camping gear, the exercise bike. Do you know what these things are? They aren't just objects. They are gravestones for the people we pretended we were going to be.
We buy things to signal to the world and to ourselves that we are interesting.
I own a kayak, therefore I am an outdoorsman, even if the kayak never touches water. We built a facade of a life out of purchases. But standing in that garage, looking at thousands of dollars of rusting metal and rotting rubber, I realized it was all just junk. I traded hours of my life, hours I could have spent with my children, to buy this junk. And now, I am paying a stranger $500 to haul it to the dump. But the real decision to sell happened last month. Martha was in the library. She tripped on a loose rug and fell hard. She called out my name. James, help! I was in the media room, watching the news. The house is so big, and the walls are so thick. I didn't hear her. She lay there for 10 minutes, unable to get up, feeling completely alone in her own home. I eventually walked past and found her. She was okay, thank God. She was even laughing about it later. But I wasn't laughing. I was terrified. I looked at this massive estate and I realized this isn't a status symbol. It's a danger.
We worked so hard to fix our hearts. Now we need to fix our environment.
I don't want to live in a place where I can't hear my wife call my name. I don't need the ego boost of the square footage anymore. I need the safety. I need the closeness.
I called the realtor the next morning. I have learned the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is having a high income and a lot of flashy liabilities. It is high stress, high maintenance, and high visibility. Being wealthy is having low overhead and high freedom. My friend Peter, who I talked about in the last video, he wasn't rich.
He drove a Ford truck. He lived in a house that was 1,200 square feet. But he was wealthy.
He had no mortgage. He had no car payments. He didn't care if his lawn wasn't perfect.
Because his life was small, his freedom was big. If he wanted to take a Wednesday off to go fishing, he could. He didn't need to earn $1,000 that day to pay for the pool heater. I looked down on him for years. I thought he was settling. Now I realize he was the only one of us who was free. He owned his life. My life owned me.
So the sign is in the yard. We are moving into a 2-bedroom apartment near the park. My son, David, thinks I'm crazy. He said, "Dad, you worked your whole life for this.
Why give it up? It's a status symbol." I told him, "David, status doesn't keep you warm at night. I am getting rid of the guest rooms I never use.
I am getting rid of the lawn I hate mowing. I am stripping my life down to the essentials.
A chair to sit in, a bed to sleep in, a kitchen to make tea. And for the first time in 40 years, I feel light. I feel like I can breathe again."
If you are watching this and you are young, you are probably chasing the things I am throwing away. You want the mansion. You want the supercar. You want the closet full of designer sneakers. I am not telling you to be poor. Money is a tool. It puts food on the table and keeps you safe. But do not confuse standard of living with quality of life. They are often opposites. Before you buy the bigger house, ask yourself, am I buying this for my family?
Or am I buying this for my audience? If you are buying it to impress people you don't even like, stop. Those people don't care about you. They are too busy worrying about their own mortgages. Look around the room you are in right now. Look at your stuff. How much of it makes you genuinely happy? And how much of it is just wait? I want you to do something for me. Go to the comments section. Tell me one thing you bought thinking it would make you happy that ended up just being a burden. Let's warn each other. Let's break the spell of materialism together. Write it down. I bought the boat. I bought the fancy shoes. Admit it and let it go. I'm James. I spent 40 years building a golden cage. Now, Martha and I are finally walking out the door. See you in the next one.